Hey, it's Becca. I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful day. Namaste to you all. It's such an honor to be here in my basement, finally videoing another flow for you. The last one I think I posted for a physical flow was in November, so thank you for your patience. And I've been told by a few of you to get something out on YouTube, so here it is. This particular 30-minute flow is for advanced beginners to intermediates, and it's called Square Peg Round Hole. And it is a theme that's sort of been running through a lot of my writing, as well as my conversations that I've been having with people who are clients and friends and students and family members. And there seems to be this reoccurring theme from our past experiences, and even some of us in this present moment, that we really have had times in our lives where we feel like we just absolutely do not fit in, for whatever reason that is. And I can personally look back on a lot of my experiences and know that it's actually brought me to a place of being really okay with who I am in this moment. And I thank a lot of you for contacting me at times, and the encouragement I get to keep going with my authenticity and my voice, even though it doesn't resonate with everybody, is something I really have appreciated over the last couple of years, and especially the last 6 months. So thank you so much for some of you for doing that. So this flow is for advanced beginner to intermediate, and it's really based around the idea of not fitting in, of quirky postures, of doing certain things that feel maybe a little bit weird, that are not the regular flow. And if you've done my videos before, you will know that this is sort of how I run my creative flows, that I sequence in the moment, that there's not a lot of pre-planning, so I actually don't know exactly how this is going to go, but we'll have some fun doing it, okay? So get yourselves ready, get yourself on your mat. This is a 30-minute flow, so get comfortable. Take off your jewelry, all that kind of good stuff. And unlike my mermaid flow, I am going to actually put up my hair here. All right, we're good to go. So we'll come up to the top of the mat into Tadasana, and of course we want to make sure that the stance is really neutral for you. So if you want to keep your feet wider, a little closer together, I like my toes quite close with the heels apart. The shoulder blades come up towards your ears, and then you can just drop them down in towards the waist. So this is a Vinyasa flow with maybe some hatha elements to it, of held postures, so that we can start to regain our breath and then keep flowing. So we'll take an inhale, slowly reach the arms up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, you'll soften hands through heart, drawing yourself down into Uttanasana or forward fold. Release the fingertips to the floor and let your hips wiggle out a little side to side. Just be okay with finding a bit of movement for yourself, so that there's nothing going to remain stagnant in through your joints and in through the muscles and the tissue. And then we'll ragdoll. Keep the feet nice and sturdy, soften up your knees, pull the belly in, and we'll roll our spine coming all the way up to a standing position. The shoulders will eventually make their way over the hips and the ears over the shoulders. Reach the arms wide. Inhale, palms come up. As you exhale, you'll soften again down into forward fold. You'll bring the hands to the floor or hands to your ankles, and once again you'll paddle this out, and you'll find a little bit more movement, almost sending your right shoulder forward, left hip back, and just finding a little bit more of opposition, stretching. Sorry, that's right shoulder forward, right hip back. Let's try that instead. Yeah, so just getting a little bit more. Inhale, hands to shins, and we'll just gently open up, half lift. And exhale, hands come down to the floor, and you'll gently step into upper push-up position, drawing your hands on the earth, heels kicking back away, shoulders over top of the wrist line, so maybe walking them back behind you a little bit, warming up through the spine. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, take it right back into a downward facing dog. So you're lifting up through the hips, finding a bit of the opening in through the backs of the thighs, core is pulled in, rooting down through your hands. And we'll take the right leg up towards the sky, three-limb dog, fully extending straight back. So watch that your hip isn't overly rotating, keep it quite neutral. Gaze forward and step that foot cautiously, carefully up to the top of the mat. Back leg kicks away, and you'll take that inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. As you take an exhale, soften, lean over towards the right hand side. So you've got a little bit of a side bend. Inhale, bring up those arms. We'll go 2 more times towards the right. Soften over. The feeling is that there's a stretch going on through the front side of your back leg, yeah? And exhale, go over towards the right hand side. Then inhale, bring your arms up, palms to touch, and we'll take the back knee slowly all the way down towards the floor, and the hands can touch down. Point your toes away and slide your back knee a little bit further away. Inhale, opening up the heart, and exhale, drawing yourself down into lizard pose. So maybe have the fingertips tented up in front and the head can hang down. Find a bit of softness in through the pelvis, inner thighs, maybe widening out the hands a little bit, drawing your head down towards the floor. Not worrying so much about the structure of the posture, more so about how it feels as you move around a little bit. And if you don't like to move, then don't move. Keep everything static. You don't have to fit my mold today. That is totally irrelevant. And then roll your spine coming back up again. Your hands can come down to either side. You'll hold here for support. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Send left hand forward, right hand to your hip. It's side plank. So pull your belly in, lift up that leg, and bring the feet side to side. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Whoop. As you open up a little further, one more big breath in, rooting down through your fingertips, and then exhale, take your hand all the way down towards the floor. Underneath the shoulders they go. Exhale, chest comes right down to the floor. So watch that you have your shoulders rolled back. Take your feet, widen them out. Inhale, little or full cobra. You don't have to go up so high. Roll your spine down carefully, pull the belly in, and lift up your feet and thighs. Then like a teeter-totter, roll down the thighs and the tops of the feet, press into the hands and lift up. Yes, and then roll your spine. Coming down. Lifting up through those legs, feeling opening through the spine. Roll back the shoulders, the gaze is the last to come up, that's the last one, and then roll your spine. Coming all the way down, keep your feet wide. You can come from the knees or come straight up or push up. Take yourself back into a wide downward facing dog. So you have your pinky toes and the outer edges of your feet pretty much parallel to the outer edges of your mat. Yeah? Your index and your thumb and your pinky are rooted down. Watch that you're not hanging in this posture. Pull up and be super strong. Nice. Holding here for one more big inhale, letting the head completely relax. Nicely done. And then as you exhale, draw your hands in just a little bit. So you have your thumbs very close, and you can either step or you can take a little bit of a hop with those feet to the outer edge of your hands, okay? Just simple here. Sit down, Malasana Garland pose. So drop your hips down, let your toes maybe hang open to the side so you've got a bit more broadening in through the pelvis. Let your knees squeeze into the outer edges of your upper arms. Press in and lift up. So you're lengthening up through the spine, working through your hip flexors, yeah? Nice. Hands can be on heart center, just holding here. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands back behind you and we'll move it into reverse tabletop position. So heel toe your feet in. Take an inhale, lift up through your heart. So your knees go forward, head goes back slightly without dropping through the chin. So you're not hanging out. Keep everything super strong. Good. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, lower your bum all the way to the floor. Take an inhale, lean back and lift up your feet, Namaste. Lower down through the feet. Plant them hip width apart. Lift all the way up into your reverse tabletop, right? Bring your bum down. If it's awkward on your arms to lean back, draw them forward, lift up your legs. Bring them back down hip width apart. You've got one more cycle, okay? So lift up through those hips. Shoulder blades are working together. Take the bum down towards the floor. Inhale, lift up. Cross over, right thigh over left. Roll over, and you will just gently step it back. Upper push-up, go right to downward facing dog. Nice. Finding your left leg up towards the sky, three-limb dog. Pulling through the core, super strong. Gaze forward and step up your foot to the top of the mat, near your left thumb, right? So I'm mirroring you, just in case you think I'm working the wrong leg, I'm not. You can slide the back leg away as you inhale. Pull those arms up towards the sky. Draw your rib cage in, feel super long, and then take your hand down towards the floor, side bending. Good. Inhale, draw both arms back up. Exhale, go over to the left-hand side. Good stretch here. Inhale, open this up.
And exhale one more time, and we'll hold here for 3. Side bending, opening up, almost drawing your left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Let the wibble and the wobble happen through that front foot, right? Then bring your arms all the way back up and soften your hands down to the inside edge of your foot. Back knee comes to the floor. Point away your toes and maybe start to sit your hips low. So for some of you, stay here, right? That's okay. Otherwise, you're coming forward with fingertips. Maybe letting the fingertips come to the side and possibly dropping the head a little further to the floor. So let go of the expectation of how deep you need to be in this posture and simply just be in this posture. It's you. It's not me. You're doing this, not me. So here we are. Right? Just finding our own edge. It doesn't matter what that looks like. And then you'll take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, you'll roll your spine up. Bring your hands to the inside edge of your foot. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Your hands can come to either side for a bit of support. Take your right hand, send it forward. Pull your belly in, left hand to your hip. You're going all the way into a side plank position. Feet come side to side. Inhale, lift up your left hand towards the sky. Press harder with your fingertips. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, take your hand all the way down towards the floor. Then go underneath your shoulders. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, it's chaturanga or floor. Point your toes, upward dog cobra. And bring it back into downward facing dog. Lifting up the hips. Finding that surrender with your spine. Elevating hips, not just up, but also straight back. Nice. Good. So you'll take that little gaze forward, rooting down through your hands. And we'll take that jump up or a step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins or earth, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Come up to standing. We'll take the swan dive. Up we go. Palms to touch the hands. Come back down to heart center. So we'll inhale, rise up. Exhale, flow forward. Inhale, hands to shins or earth, half lift. Exhale, palms touch down. You'll step it, upward push-up, jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog cobra. And bring it back into downward facing dog. Rooting down through those hands. Hold it out here. If my count is too fast, just go as slow as your breath will go. Inhale, up your right leg goes. Gaze it forward and step up, right foot all the way to the top of your mat. Hold fingertips as you exhale, straighten out through the front thigh. Inhale, bend. Rise your arms up. Straighten out through the front thigh. Come high onto your toes and the back as well, okay? Bend out through your front knee and send your left heel back. Then take your hands down to the floor. Straighten out through your front thigh. Bend through your front knee. Rise the arms up and maybe at the same time you straighten as well. Nice, I like this. Okay, then bend out. Press that heel back. Hands come all the way down to the floor. Hold here. Left fingertips under your shoulder. Start to spiral. Now take your hand to your heart. I like this one, right? So you want to twist not shoulder but heart. Wrap around your chest towards the right hand side. Maybe gaze up. If your shoulder allows you, then surrender your hand up towards the ceiling. Nice. We're holding here for 3. Good. Holding here for 2. And holding here for 1. Pull your inner thighs in. You will continue to rise your spine up, up, up. Feeling a pull through the inner thighs. So it's right hip back, left hip forward. Draw the shoulders back. One more big breath in. Open up the heart. Hands come all the way to the center. Take your left elbow to the outer edge of your right knee. Back leg super strong, spiraling. Open the heart. Holding here for 3. Holding here for 2. And holding here for 1. Now we're taking back the hands to the floor. Keep your left hand elevated slightly ahead of the shoulder. Right hand again to the hip. We're going to side plank with an extended right leg. So up we go. The leg goes up, 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 up. Can you continue elevating the leg up towards the sky? Holding here for 3. Elevate your right hand for 2. And then for 1. Now look forward. Take your hand to your hip and send up your leg to the top of the mat. Nice. Inhale, reach your arms up. You guys got this. Exhale, take the hands down. You'll step it back with an extended right leg. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, chaturanga or floor. Upward dog cobra. and bring it back into downward facing dog. Nice. Let's take it to a quick child's pose so the knees will come down. Point your toes away. I like my knees a little bit wider in child's pose, but you might not. Sit back first, tuck the tail, and then start to draw your spine up over top of your thighs, letting your head be down in the earth. It's so good to not worry about having to fit in all the time. Sometimes in certain cultures we have to, and what I mean by cultures is more so in a work environment, or maybe we're part of an association, and we do modify behaviors accordingly, but there is no need to change so much of yourself that you one day look yourself in the mirror and say, I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore, right? We don't need that as a society. Individuality is the key. We love each other because we are not the same, right? Nice. And so we'll roll our spines coming all the way up. Hands come to the floor, and you can choose just to pop up on your toes however you like, lifting up your hips and drawing down the feet, okay? Walk the hands back. It's crow pose to unsupported headstand, okay? So the hands come all the way down to the floor. You'll lift up through those hips. Let your knees go to the outer edges of your arms and go low with your profile. So have your bum a little bit lower. It'll make it easier. Then squeeze your elbows in as you surrender your head down to the floor. Squeeze the knees in and start to elevate up through your feet. Nice. We'll hold here for 3. Hold here for 2. Hold here for 1, just for fun. Take your feet together, knees apart if you've got the availability, for a Baddha Konasana or a diamond-shaped thigh. 1 more big breath in. Exhale, take your knees all the way to touch. Tuck your knees into your chest. And slowly feet come down to the floor. Knees touch down. Point the toes away. Forehead to earth. So if that was not part of your practice, you can very easily stay in crow or just go into a child's pose and take a couple more moments of relaxation, right? Once again, you don't have to go where you're not comfortable. Nice, and let's crawl the hands forward. Tuck the toes under you, make your way back into a nice strong downward facing dog. So come forward, take the legs back, the hips up, and away we are. Nicely done. So you'll take that gaze forward. And you'll step it, jump it, float it, coming up to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins of earth, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Come up to standing. So again, we'll take that swan dive. Don't need you to see my belly right now. As we bring the hands down into the heart. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, allowing the heart to open, belly pulls in. Exhale, hands to the floor, step it, upward push-up, jump, chaturanga. Upward dog cobra. And back into downward facing dog. Still being super strong, rooting through the foundation, which is the hands and the feet. Then take the left thigh up towards the sky, 3-limb dog. Gaze it forward and step it up, left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Keep your fingertips tented up and you'll hold here. Then exhale, straighten out through your front thigh. Nice, take a bend. Reach the arms up. Straighten out through the front leg and come up high onto your back toes, right? Then as you bend the front knee, your back heel kicks away and the hands come down to the floor. Straighten out your front leg. Bend out through the front knee. As you come up, choose to straighten up at the same time. Squeeze and then release. Yeah, it's good. One more time. Straighten out your front thigh. Bend out your front knee. Strong through your back leg. Inhale, arms come up. Both thighs straighten, power up. And then soften all the way down. Hands come to the earth. Have your right fingertips underneath your shoulder, right? Then take an inhale. Sweep open the hand towards the sky. Back leg super strong. Holding here for 3. Good. Holding here for 2. And holding here for 1. Pull your belly in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And both arms rise all the way parallel. So if you find that it's easier to have your heart sort of facing kitty corner left, go there. Otherwise, you're trying to wrap from the chest around first. Then the arms reach open, back and front. Good, one more big breath in, open up, lean back a little bit more, palms come to touch. Take right elbow to the outer edge of your left knee. Back leg is super strong. Heart is elevated, gaze is lifted. Holding here for 3. And for 2. For 1, bring yourself all the way back to center. Hands come to the floor. Take your right hand forward. It's an extended left thigh. In a side plank, left hand to the hip. As you spin, you press into your hand and you elevate, 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 elevate. Lift, lift, lift. Power up through that thigh. Take your top leg, lift it up if that feels good. If it doesn't, just regular side plank or modified. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, hand to your hip. Knee comes in. Super slow. You're taking that foot all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come down. Step it back with an extended left thigh. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward dog cobra. And back into downward facing dog. Nice. Beautiful. Feeling the shoulders super strong. Letting go of the expectations of how we perceive this flow should go, should not go. We are simply moving to our own rhythm, and that is awesome. Take your right thigh up towards the sky. Gaze it forward and step it up to your left thumb. So go crosswise all the way up. It will go, okay? So now take your back foot and cross it over, but still have a very long leg. So the feet are far apart from each other. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. Palms come to touch. We're twisting out through this lunge a little bit. Challenging through the hips to let go of some things from the past. Look up towards the ceiling. Good. Thighs are working. Don't overthink this. Holding here for one more big inhale. Good. And as you exhale, take yourself back to center. Fingertips come down to the floor. Take your back thigh, which is your left. You'll slide it behind so it goes to your pinky toe. Pinky toe to pinky toe. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins. And exhale, forward fold. Just letting go. I'm going to slide back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I think the video's a little too close to me if I slide forward. So it is cross-ankled crow. All right, here we go. Fingertips to the floor. Come up high into your toes. Let the ankles slide apart and the knees will open up, okay? So if you're like, no, this is not good, you can just stay with the hands in prayer. This is going to work on strength through inner thighs. If you want to take the hands down to the floor, your knees will go on the back sides of your arms. You'll come forward just enough that you can start to elevate up through your feet. Nice. Holding here for 3. Holding here for 2. For those of you who want to shoot back chaturanga, feel free. Allow the body to go 90 degrees, then upward dog cobra. And take it back into downward facing dog. Again, your right leg will go up to the sky. So we'll all get there however you want to get there. Right leg goes up. Gaze it forward and step it again towards your left thumb. Okay, back thigh. I don't know why I'm hitting my thigh. You know what your back thigh is. So back thigh goes all the way around towards the right side. So left hand goes out, right leg goes all the way around. So we are all in the same direction. Your head is on this side of the screen, okay? Maybe walk your front foot forward. Press into your hand, lift up, and take your right hand to the sky. Nice. All right, we're taking this into a figure 4 squat, or I should say figure 4 reverse tabletop. Let's do that. Hands to the hips, lean forward. Now take your bottom leg, slide it all the way around, go ankle on top of knee, then walk your hands back towards the back of your mat. Then elevate. Now you're into your figure 4 leg, okay? As you're opening up through the heart, shoulder blades are rolling back, the gaze is neutral. Lots of breath, right? We can't do vinyasa unless we breathe. Holding here for 3. Holding here for 2. Holding here for 1. And slowly we'll move us into a hip stretch on the floor. So if you need to elevate or lengthen out your right leg, feel free. Otherwise, the hands are back and the foot's grounded, and we sit up really tall. You want to get on the sit bones, yeah? So press into them as the heart rises. Watch we're not sinking in through the shoulders, right? But lifting up a little bit. Nice. Holding here for 1 more big inhale. Yeah, yours are doing awesome. Like, this is so good, right? So we're breaking barriers, we're getting out of our box, our comfort zone, we're laughing a little bit, and we're totally okay with how we are doing, right? Then lean back a little bit as you let your leg go long. Take your left leg, and some of you will just have it hovering in the air with hands or fists to the floor. You'll keep your right foot rooted and you'll exhale, lift up. For others of you, you'll take this leg, which is the left one, bring it up and over your shoulder, ground down through your left hand, ground down through your right hand, and you'll lift up. For those of you who want to go further, you will elevate up through right leg and hold here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lower down the heel, woo, lower down the bum, let your legs come out in front. All right, Paschimottanasana. Remove the excess flesh from the bum. You'll take an inhale, arms come up, and exhale, soften, forward fold. Finding your breath pattern, belly drawing in, big toe mounds moving away, pinky toes curling in towards you. Allowing there to be a softness in through the breath. We'll take 1 more big inhale here through the backs of those legs. We breathe and then roll and ragdoll your spine, releasing any tension. Arms rise up and the hands can draw right in to the heart center. Cross your left thigh over top of your right, tuck them under. You can go right to chaturanga or upward push-up, okay? Your option. Upward dog cobra. And take it right back into downward facing dog. Nice. So you'll take your left leg up towards the sky, 3-limb dog, fully extension. Then gaze forward, and it's going towards your right hand. So you step it up over towards that thumb. Then take your right leg and slide it over to the left side. So now your thighs are crossed over. When you're ready, you'll take that inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, drawing left hip back, right hip forward, and then palms come to touch and the twist happens towards the left. Back thigh is strong. Open up your heart. Feel your elbow pressing against your knee, knee towards the elbow. Gaze is slightly elevated. Getting into some juicy areas in these hips. It's like, ah! But just notice, we don't want to go to pain, right? It's just that kind of uncomfortable feeling, right? All right, 1 more big breath in. And as you exhale, you'll just bring yourself to center, hands to heart. Draw your hands down to the floor. Take your back leg and slide it up towards your pinky toe. So I'll slide back my foot so you can see what we're doing. You'll take an inhale, hands to shins. So you've got your right thigh crossed underneath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Open this up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slide it up. And exhale, we'll hang out here for a couple of breaths. Letting go. Maybe you just ragdoll your arms. Maybe you find a little bit more of hands to ankles and you sort of pull yourself down a little bit more. 1 more big breath in. And as you exhale, you'll bring yourself upright. Have your ankles stay crossed over, so you got to come up on your toes. Widen out through your knees. Take the hands down to the floor, and you can just stay here. And it's like you almost pretend you're in a crow. This is a good one. Otherwise, knees go to the back sides of those arms. Make sure elbow starts over wrist line. You come forward first. Then lift up through those feet. Pull, pull, pull in towards the sit bones. Hold here for 3. Hold here for 2. Hold here for 1. You can shoot it back. Chaturanga. Upward dog cobra. And back into downward facing dog. Good. Really feeling those hands activate in towards the mat. Inhale up, left leg goes again. Send it up towards right thumb, away we go. All right, so you have your right hand goes to the outer edge of the mat, right? So you're sliding it over, back leg goes all the way around. Perfect. You might have to walk up that knee, okay? Then take an inhale, lift the hips, and surrender left hand to the ceiling. Lots of breathing, really open through the chest. Ah, nice. One more big breath in, just surrendering to the beauty of self. What else can you do, right? Here we are. Nice, take the hand to the hip for some support. Your back leg goes all the way up and around, figure 4. So slide it in, up the ankle goes, walk the hands back. So you sort of crab walk back. Press into your foot, which is now on the left side of the mat, and then lift up. Awesome, okay. So open up through those knees, feeling your right hip roll. It's not sinking down, it's lifting up, the knees coming down. Good, holding here for one more big breath in. And as you exhale, let your bum come all the way down towards the floor. Beautiful. So this is a hip stretch. You can choose to just press down through that knee, right? Because sometimes there's just shit that's going on in the hip. It doesn't feel good, so don't go there, right? Otherwise, hands come back, foot plants to the floor, and then lift up. So you feel like your heart is coming forward. Getting into the hip joint a little bit more. Good, holding here for one more big breath in. And as you exhale, you'll soften back a little bit and keep your right leg where it is. Extend out through your left leg. So the option is to almost feel like the foot's on the floor, fist to the ground. You can even drop the foot to the floor and lift up. That's a really good sort of semi-arm balance. And then lower down through the hips. Or you can take your leg and draw it up and over, okay? Kind of feels like you're putting a backpack on, right? Up and over. Hands come down, press it in, press in the left, and you'll lift up. And some of you will take that foot right up off the floor for 3. Holding here for 2. And for 1. Lower down the heel, lower down your bum. Let your legs come all the way out in front of you. Okay. Removing the excess flesh once again from the bum. You'll interlock your hands around your right knee and pull it in towards you. Foot comes down to the floor. You'll take your right arm up. You'll either wrap it around towards, left arm goes around, or elbow goes to the outer edge of the knee. I like the wrap. My arms feel too long, so this feels good just to kind of get a nice twist through the spine. You can even, if you have neck injury, look forward, but keep your shoulder in the back rolling away. Nice, holding here for one more big inhale. And as you exhale, bring it around towards center. We'll take it all the way to Janushirsasana, so the foot goes to the inside edge of your left inner thigh. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, come forward. I like to almost grab onto the underside of my calf to feel like I'm doing a little bit of a tug-of-war. That's the sound it makes. Tug-of-war, coming down, face coming to the shins, and then you can bring your hands onto your foot if that feels okay, or keep them nice and neutral and just relax. So you want to go long in this posture, just watching that your head is not hanging down towards your knee, okay? Good, one more big inhale. And as you exhale, roll your spine coming all the way back up again. Take your left hand behind you. You're going to open up right foot to the floor, modified side plank again. We've already kind of been here before, but this time take that arm up and over towards the back of your mat. Maybe look up towards the ceiling and open up the heart. One last big inhale. And as you exhale, you can swing that arm all the way back around, hands to hip, bum comes down, and bring yourself all the way forward. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up, Dandasana. We'll hold it up here. Feeling the length in the danda, your staff, reaching the crown of the head up to the sky. You have your tail rooted in towards the floor. Super strong through your feet. Can you actually peel your heels up off the floor without hyperextending your knees? So you're just flexing out your thighs, super strong, kneecaps right up towards the ceiling. Good, holding here for one more big breath in.
And as you exhale, let your hands soften all the way down like they're just falling towards the earth. Interlock your hands around your left knee. Bring it in. Inhale up, right arm goes. Outer or hug the knee. Left fingertips behind you. Look over your back shoulder. We're cooling it down a little bit, right? Yeah, nice. You can look forward. You can look behind you. You can look to the side. Whatever you need, okay? Nice, just keeping the breath. We don't stop breathing. Vinyasa, we need to flow with the breath, right? Never compromising to get deeper. Doesn't help us, just causes a lot of tension and cloudiness and craziness in the mind, I think, right? And as we bring ourselves to center, take your foot all the way to the inside edge of your leg. We want to have the hips very neutral, so both hip bones are facing forward. Inhale, both arms come up, and exhale, you'll soften forward. Dragging your heart along your thighs, face towards the shins, then maybe bring your hand to your foot. Yeah, see how you feel there, right? Like if you've got that sort of square peg round hole in this position, modify it. Bend up your knee, have your knee up and maybe even propped up on something. You don't want to feel super awkward at all the stretches, right? So do what feels best for you. Good, then roll your spine and sort of feel like everything's ragdolling all the way up, and take right hand behind you, left leg goes up and over, so the whole body works together. Inhaling, lift up and surrender that top hand to the back, and maybe, just maybe, you squeeze the shoulder blade. Lift open through the heart a little bit further for 3. Nice, holding here for 2. And then for 1, take your hands, sweep it around, draw your hips down to the floor, and you can bring your legs out in front. Inner thigh stretch, bottoms of your feet come to touch. Okay, so let's go a little bit of a wider variation, Karmasana or tortoise pose. It's a good one. So you can take your feet out, feel like you're coming to the front sides of those sit bones, and then drag and draw the head. And I actually have to kind of click over a little bit of a hamstring tendon, so you might have to do the same as you drop the face further in towards the feet or towards the floor. You're going longer, but you're also letting your back round a little bit there. Yeah. Good, we'll hold here for 1 more big inhale. 1 more big exhale. And then curl your spine, coming all the way up, and you'll gently take your knees to touch. Walk your feet in together. Draw your arms around the legs and just seal in your beautiful practice today. Letting your whole body feel super heavy, mind ridiculously light. Thank you so much for joining me today. What I would do is a few more twists and then head into Shavasana, maybe a seated meditation, maybe some positive affirmations for self, talking about it's okay to be an individual, it's okay to be that square peg, trying to fit in. Maybe you're actually a round peg, I don't know, maybe you're a triangle peg, I don't know, right? So it's okay, whatever kind of peg you are. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. I look forward to our next video together and our time spent. Namaste, my dear friends.